And you're in. Of course, nobody else is in. Oh, Athogen isn't. Athogen's still not here.
You can bring me in, but...
Yeah, I can. Sorry, that looks hilarious. There we go. And you have a face. You are now face half in, half out. You are a green man. Gotta fix that up now. Anyways, welcome everyone to the Astropub. My name is Paul. This is the Astropub. I'm bringing you guys an Australian edition of the Captain's Table, which is where I bring experts from around the world to talk about Star Citizen. In this case, I bring four wonderful individuals, many of whom will probably murder me at some point in my, or attempt to murder me at some point in my life or in the universe. It's not has nothing to do with the fact that they're all dirty criminals from down under or anything like that.
Let's clear that green screen, I think, Paul.
Okay,
I resemble that remark.
Hold on. Got to get this dang green screen to function. There we go.
I think it is working.
Is it working?
It's working perfectly.
We can only see about a third of Athogen, which is exactly the right amount.
Exactly the right amount.
Thank you, gentlemen.
We're here to help. No, help's not the right word.
Anyways, welcome to the Captain's Table. The way that how this works is I'm going to go around and all of the people will introduce themselves. But if we talk about something, like if we're going on about, maybe we'll talk about 3.0 a little bit, or 2.6.1, or Star Marine, or we'll just talk about what Terrellian wants to see in terms of like the variety of space booze that needs to be put in there, or if Athogen has a decided desire for alien titties, or if Combustible wants to see what manufacturer is making that one screw on the MOBA glass that always sticks out and pisses everybody off. That kind of we'll go wherever. We'll go wherever the conversation goes, as long as it's in Star Citizen. That's just kind of how this place works. So we're going to start with the other bartender in space, the guy over there, Fairasult.
Lowering the bar.
Yeah. Oh, the pun.
Like first comment straight out there. Hi, I'm Fairasult. I'm Australian. I run the other bar here on Twitch, and we have a good time. Lots of fun. I'm a very chilled streamer. I am a streamer. I do have a YouTube channel, but I updated about never. So stop by, say hi, order the house special. Mm-hmm. Just pre-book your taxi.
It's important. And then we've got the man who is often confused for CIG and then is raged about it all the time. The wonderful, the lovely, the ever desired Athogen. Who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Athogen, and I'm happy to be here on Perfect Match. I like long walks on the beach by myself, and I live in my mother's basement.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah.
I'd like to say that there is a misconception about us Aussies. Right? You guys seem to stereotype us as being alcoholic pissheads, which is absolutely not true. Now, if I wasn't going to knock the top off this frosty-eyed... sorry, what were we on about for?
I think that was about it.
So, yeah, I'm primarily a content creator, troll, Aussie, Diabolos' friend. Catch me on Twitter, nothing else.
Can we get that, saved for posterity? Because he just called Diabolos his friend, and not,
Yeah, no. I don't want him to troll me online, man.
You don't want him to get the trolling. All right, I'm updating the follow command so it's not all terrible, unless one of my wonderful mods wants to do that. Then we've got a new face to the table, a man whom I respect and am in awe of because of his skills and his talents with creating things. And probably one of the few people in this table who's actually touched Chris Roberts. Mr. Combustible himself, Combustible Props.
Phrasing. Are we not doing phrasing?
No.
G'day,
no.
all. I'm primarily a prop builder, a vaguely early-ish backer of Star Citizen, and I work pretty closely with Fire Spikes. We're sort of two sides of the coin. So I do all the hands-on creating, and he does all the modeling and stuff like that.
You're also the guy responsible for that sweet-ass Retaliator at the back of the CIG set.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And you've probably seen that helmet somewhere, and several photographs taken of. Was it PAX Australia that you wore it for? No.
Yeah, the last PAX Australia wasn't a Star Citizen one, but the previous one was the Heavy Marine, and the one before that was the spacesuit. That's when CIG was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
I personally have seen it on his head at PAX.
Woohoo!
I'd only seen the photos, and I'm quite jealous I want one. But he said no.
Wait, are we live? Because it's not saying we're live.
Oh,
We're live.
should
We're live.
We're live? Okay, cool.
For me.
Like, because someone's like, it says it's not live, and then my video preview is like off right now. So, we're live. Good. It's like, jeez, there's no one saying we're live. God damn it.
No,
The
your Twitter
ultimate
said we're
troll.
live.
Yeah, Twitter said. Twitter's never wrong. Okay. And lastly, the guy who is always confused for CIG. In fact, as of recently, last night, I was asked if his work was CIG's work because everyone was confused as to who this Torellian guy was and has he left working for CIG or does he still work there? Because I've never seen this before. Torellian, who are you? What do you do in Star Citizen?
I make cool shit, and CIG shows off the cool shit now and then, which is cool shit. Basically CryEngine stuff, all that good stuff. Combined Arms, if you've seen it, is our latest project. And I work with a really ridiculously talented group, Little Armada. Amazing bunch of voice actors, audio engineers, the whole plethora. They're a great bunch.
Plethora.
I wanted to use that word. I had to use it once.
Vocab word.
Quite enough. All good.
Try moving your mic a little closer to your mouth because you're coming in and out. So I think it's just yeah.
Yeah, let me try.
Need volumes on
Down
half.
to 87.
Ah.
Okay, how's this? Is this too loud?
No, it's perfect. If you can, you guys can probably up
Okay,
your
good.
volumes all the way to 100 because I've got you attenuated on my end, so you guys are still good.
Nobody needs my voice anyway, so it don't matter.
I forgot to press apply. Goes down to like 87.
Buttons are hard.
Button.
They are, right?
Button. Yeah.
Button watch.
So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the latest stuff we've talked about, we've seen from like around the verse and in the kind of this week. Is there anything that stood out to you guys individually as interesting or as like stuff you wanted to see in the future or anything you want to talk about?
I think
Yes.
for me, the one thing that stood out was international servers, Australian servers.
Australian
Yes.
service. Now, was that
From
2.6?
Australia, we thank you, CIG.
Was it 2.6.1 or 2.6.2 where they're going Australian servers?
Not
Point two.
sure.
Point two. Okay.
Definitely
Well,
point
let's
two.
hope so, because, as it is, our ping is absolutely shit, apparently, and,
I mean,
don't play with Americans anymore.
I've played
You lag me out.
I've played with Australians in other games before, and the lag is usually like 400, 500 ping. In Australia, in Star Citizen, it's been surprising to see it's only 200 ping. So which is I know it's only 200 ping, but still it's like that's hopefully we can drop that down a little bit. So
We still get accused of cheating when we rubber band around the map.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting
No, that's
outside
Diabolus.
so much.
You can always tell an Australian in Star Marine because they'll be sliding as they come towards you. They'll be like glitching and sliding towards you. It's like Australian.
I hope the flight to America was a quarter of a second.
Yeah. Or anywhere, really. Anywhere that's not a
downside.
local island.
Yeah.
We don't have any excuse now if we're terrible at the game, so
You won't have any
That's right,
excuses.
I am
Yeah.
just terrible at the game, so it don't matter.
Oh wait, I didn't think about
yeah,
that.
we've
I'll
been
need
to be
have
honest
skill.
about it.
Well, that's also one of the things that one of the reasons why Lumberyard was chosen is because there is Australian AWS servers. Like their AWS has cloud servers in Australia, so there is a way for them to connect to the main server. And they've been promising an Australian and a European server since like day one. So that should help the numbers out, as well as some of the ping out. So
the Australian server for if they use the Amazon locale in Sydney, it's about 9 kilometers from my house.
that's not
I'll
too
have a ping in single digits.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking with Diabolus earlier, and he was saying, like, his AWS server, distant from his local AWS server, he gets, like, 12 ping. And I'm like, well, that's pretty much what my ping is to my local, like, ingest server for Twitch. So, you know, say what you want. It's pretty cool. The one thing that I like about that is that it gets us more towards seeing if they can actually be done. If you can have someone from Australia and someone from the United States, or someone from Australia and someone from Denmark be able to be in the same group on Star Citizen and not have to like deal with massive lag issues. So, yes, that's pretty cool. Anything else you guys that stood out?
Oh yeah, Sean Tracy, Mex confirmed.
Mex confirmed. Yes, Mex confirmed.
Yes.
Star Mech.
I can't remember the. Actually, we'll talk about it later. But I was a bit upset with Happy Hour because, I mean, they're playing a game, they're going to get distracted, and every time something cool came up, like Sean's talking about mechs and stuff, and, I was expecting some rebound conversation, and then someone's like, goes off like, oh, I got killed or whatever, and focus shifts back to the game, and it's like, damn it.
They've done that on
Males,
purpose.
we can only do one thing at a time.
I think that it's still a work in progress. I think that it was better than the first one. The first one, like, you would hear like Xylo or Disco or Meyer being like, God damn it, oh, and something like that in the middle of them talking, and they're like, oh, and then the cool part is that it's like the developers who are talking, like Sean was like looking over Disco's shoulder, like watching him play, and being like, I'm really interested in seeing what's going on. Are you gonna suck? Is this gonna be good? Let's go, come on. And so it's like he's distracted too because he's like, what's going on? I want to see. So
Gio wants to know if kangaroos run on treadmills. No. That's a misconception. We don't ride kangaroos. They don't use them for power. We don't wrestle crocodiles because we use big fucking knives to kill them. Because that's a knife.
I really like the end of the Happy Hour where Sean Tracy's like 45 minutes, no swears.
Radio show. Yes.
There's a reason why his nickname is Criminal. It's because he's Australian. I'm bad at this. I'm bad at these jokes.
That's
I
right.
think-
I'm over
Blah,
it.
blah, blah, criminal, blah,
I
blah,
was
blah.
going to suggest that Happy Hour would be like perfect if they had like a dev come on and stuff and they talk about stuff, but maybe just like not have them playing the game so they can focus on the talking. And then I realized that's kind of RTV, and
That is essentially-
I don't know why they got rid of it.
Well,
Both with ATV now and RTV, they fixed what wasn't broken, in my opinion. ATV, sure, they might be running low on content and they need to slow it down and stuff. But RTV was that they're talking. I thought it was good as it was.
well, I think the main reason why they did that was because of the issues with professionalism, because they were concerned that brand new people would come on, and they would be like, "No, this is a terrible game," because they're sitting there talking about like a freaking
The latest miniatures that Ben bought.
yeah, or something Star Wars related, or arguing about the best Star Trek captain, and it's like that doesn't really work. But now you still have that same kind of relaxed atmosphere because people love that with gameplay, and then also them talking about it. Though I do think they have less question and answer. It feels like there's less question and answers that are going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Just looking at actually, I think the new format is actually, it feels a little bit less professional. It feels like they're just kind of like playing games rather than working on it. I mean, that might just be me, but when I tuned in, because they're not all in the same location. They don't have just one really good camera quality. Sean's was a bit off, or whereas Lando and Tyler, theirs was on point. GHG's was on point, of course, but it just felt like the one person I wanted to listen to had the lower quality, and I was
And
I think
I will be honest, when I heard about Happy Hour, I was basically imagining in my head RTV with a 2-drink minimum.
Yes.
Yeah. A 2-drink minimum that would be cool. I honestly, I was expecting drunk gaming and I didn't get drunk gaming. I want my refund, CIG. But no, I like the idea of what they're doing. However, I feel like we're in this weird zone where not everything is necessarily good, but not everything is bad with what they do. Like it's not like this ATV is not bad. Was not bad, but it wasn't good. Like this latest one, it was this new because like speaking of what's fixing what wasn't broken, the latest around the verse, they completely changed the format up from what was working fine that everyone liked, which is like we're gonna go to Frankfurt this week, and then we'll go to Manchester next week, and then and so it would give you about a month and a half to do content and release it, and we still haven't even heard from like what is it, Behavior or what's the other team? The team that does the web development.
Do you think they're struggling with content?
I don't think they're just necessarily struggling with content.
They've got nothing to show or don't want to show.
I think it has more to do with they have stuff they can show, but they don't necessarily feel like it's important to show, or that like they can show it, something like that. But like as I was saying about ATV, what they did was essentially a filler episode of like, let's talk about what we've already done. But the first 5 minutes were great. Like they had great, like they had the update, and then they had the new heads that they showed off, and so it wasn't bad. It was just that the rest of the episode was just like, and it wasn't a bad episode. Like that content wasn't bad. I just wasn't interested in it. So that's why it's like it's not bad, but it's not good in my opinion, kind of thing.
As a content creator, I like the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems to be dwindling lately, unfortunately.
That segment, like, as a content creator.
As a content creator. As a mother, I would like to have better ATVs. Sorry.
I felt like it was very front end focused. Like this is stuff we get our hands on, we get to play with. Sure, they kind of like talked. They talked about what you call it. They talked about the AI and stuff, but I mean that's just talking and showing. And I like the new ATV format of showing rather than telling.
Yeah,
that's good.
Going the other way.
I really enjoyed that behind the scenes of whether they could bring out Squadron 42 and just showing the behind the scenes of what was happening. That was really amazing.
It's nice to see them in a meeting, like just seeing them talking in a meeting about something. It gives you a good idea of how the structure of the company works, which helps us a little bit understand of what the struggles they have to go through. So.
This is my favorite moment out of anything with CIG so far, and it kind of like nails down how well the team, like they each have their own sort of things that they work well with, like not just devs and stuff, but when Aaron said to Chris, he basically said, we're not going to do Squadron 42, and Chris said, all right, we'll make the call tomorrow, but Aaron said, no, that's it, the call's made, that's it, we're not showing. That was kind of like that level of cracking down, like he's kind of more down to earth, whereas Chris, like, he's got the dream, the vision. And together, like, I mean, it kind of, the whole company does that. Together, they just kind of, they work well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I will say this about Aaron is that I think people remember Freelancer well because it was marketed really highly, and because it was Chris Roberts' game. It had the Chris Roberts game title on it, and of course Wing Commander. But I think a lot of people remember Starlancer and Privateer a lot more fondly as games, just as in terms of gameplay elements. And people forget that the main developer behind Starlancer and Privateer was Aaron. Aaron's the one who did all of those. Chris was the producer, but he wasn't the main developer. That was mostly focused with. I believe that's the case. At least I know Starlancer was. So.
I think I played most of them as a kid. Started with Elite, like Frontier 2, and then just moved on to each of the Wing Commander ones.
Alrighty, so I said I will talk a little bit about the a couple of the information that was released. Like there's a Reddit post that was talking about a little bit more translations for CIG from the latest, or translations from the latest Games Star, I think it is GameStar from Germany. The latest article that they did, where they translated the interview from Chris Roberts a little bit more and kind of did some highlights. They had some things like some spoilers, very minor spoilers. So if you don't like even minor spoilers, turn this off right now if you're watching at home or if you're watching in YouTube. Just take your headset off, walk away for a couple of seconds. I will do this when it's okay to listen again, okay? The minor spoiler is we won't be seeing, we won't be inside a Vandal, like large Vandal ships in first episode of Squadron 42.
Hopes dashed.
Yeah. Now, that being said, everything else they talked about makes it seem like 3.0 is going to be, as we all knew it was going to be a mega patch. It just sounds more and more that 3.0 is going to be the super mega ridiculous patch that they're going to be releasing. And it makes me concerned that, concerned that they're actually going to be pushing 3.0 back to the fall, which I think would be a bad move on their part. But so what do you guys think? Do you guys think, from what we've been seeing, what we've been hearing about CIG, are we looking at like a summer or a fall release, or later, maybe even 2018 release?
I do honestly at this point think we are looking not early 2016 for 3.0, unfortunately. Fortunately, 2.6.2 seems to be including some of the stuff that we've been looking forward to in 3.0, things like the mega map implementation, which I was worried was going to be held off until 3.0, because that'll just kill loading times and hopefully color load network rush.
Speaking of that, was there any other word on bind culling being added to 2.6.2?
2.6.1 is including some of that, actually.
Yeah, they're actually. Chris has said something to the effect
They took
of.
They took
it off the report.
it was off the production schedule. No one could find it.
So it may be in 2.6.2, because the original concept was in the 2.6.1 was going to actually increase server numbers, because they were going to add that culling effect to it. So
Someone's tagged Will Everett on Reddit, but no response.
Human Evil 51 believes that Squadron 42 will be released at CitizenCon, which would be brutal because all the content creators will be there. And they'll be like, great news, we can play Squadron 42 now, only you're not at home, so you can't broadcast it. Have fun, kids! That's
one of the reasons why I'm not spending the, several $1,000s it would take to go to Germany, plus getting my passport updated and all that kind of stuff. So,
you mean the several $1,000s it costs for any Australian to go to any CIG event?
Yeah, I know. It still cost me
$7,000 just to go to the next fucking state.
Not just money, but 12 hours sitting down, 12 hours plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Only I could live stream from the flight. I could do a charity marathon stream on that flight.
I mean, they are getting better. It is getting better and better. The internet, on planes is getting better and better these days. So you might be able to soon Twitch IRL stream an entire flight, which would be stupid, because that would be insane. 24-hour live stream of me sitting on a plane. Let's talk, chat. Yeah.
Go to sleep till America.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, that's a problem, mate. People sit there and watch people eat. Live stream, 24 hours of food.
Talking about the
that was udon.
We're talking about the release schedule. Do you think they they said that they wanted to get a Squadron 42 release schedule and a 3.0 release schedule? Do you think we won't get those until, say, 2.6.2 comes out, or until 3.0 comes out, that we'll actually get those release schedules? Where do you think those are?
They're gonna wait.
They're gonna wait.
They're going to make us wait.
Well, why would they though? That's the question. Is it because they don't know? Is it because they're unsure about it, or something else like that, or because they seem to be fairly confident about 3.0 earlier?
Everybody flips their shit if they don't hit the goal spot on, as they said.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's pretty much it.
And I mean, also, it's too far out to schedule accurately. If you've ever seen a Jira, you'll know that once you get outside about 30 days, it's garbage.
Oh, and they're in the middle of their meeting summits at the moment, so I mean, they wouldn't have all the answers just yet.
Okay.
Honestly,
I'm trying to improve the volume.
Everyone in their Star Marine, I just care about the mining cargo side of it.
Yes.
I just wish
I
they'd
wanna go out
hurry
and
up and start
mine.
bringing that out.
Well, and I said this last night, and I think this is one of the things that needs to be said, is that 3.0 is going to be the biggest patch in Star Citizen ever.
Yeah.
Period. 4.0 is not going to be nearly as big as 3.0, because we're going from no planets, a couple of stations, and a small planetary system in terms of to fly around in, to all the planets, all the moons, a bunch of new stations, larger travel times, cargo, piracy, procedural landing, bunch of new landing zones.
The withered corpses of all the QA who are testing all of that.
I mean, there is. It's so big that it could be essentially its own release game in itself. I mean, I've been talking about Hellion as of late, and what 3.0 is Hellion.
Hellion.
The game, the full game that they're trying to release, in added planetary landing, which isn't in Hellion. So it's like it's this huge, massive push. So that it seems like that will probably take longer than any of us think. So, but I mean, at the same time, it'll probably be the longest or the biggest patch we'll ever see as well. Because after that, 3.1, which we get salvage and mining, it's a lot different from going from we have to make this massive 1/4 scale of Earth planet to we need to make spinning rocks that you can go up with your little gun and go pew 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 and like collect the rocks. Like that's nothing compared to the procedural landing on 4 different planets and a dozen different moons. So
I wonder if anything major has changed between when Chris was, expecting 3.0 to be out by the end of the year and, now. I wonder if anything major happened.
I feel that probably we're looking at tech changes. I know that they've changed their goals a bit recently in terms of what they're like striving towards with regards to content, but at the same time, it's still the same idea. It's just a higher detail version of it.
We totally saw the changes at the end of the year. That video showing the behind the scenes stuff.
Mm-hmm. It was the end of last year.
Choices. Yeah.
It's just gone all quiet.
We're not in the we're no longer in the realm of playing around with ideas. We're at the realm of we got to push stuff out. And I think not only does CIG should know this, but also the community has kind of got this point. It's like we've spent 4 years waiting for development to happen. We have some pew-pews, we have some light stuff, which is nice, but it's now time to put up or shut up. It's now time to drop, to grab your to grab the crotch and get over it. Start giving us some content which is more than just pew-pew.
I'd like to point out the phrase grabbing the crotch is now a no-go, according to the newer American government.
Right. I guess the more PC term is hitch up your pants and do it, but it's the same concept.
I'm sorry, I've really lowered the bar again.
And I think Matachi. I think Matachi definitely this is the major change equals reality set in. I think the reality of the situation of like just what needs to be done before the game is actually to the degree that they want to has finally set in for not just the community but for CIG. Like holy fuck, this is a lot of work. So,
according to the German magazine translation, though, apparently lots of the back-end tech is already working.
Yeah, no, that's what confuses me is that they seem to be very tight-lipped to tell us about what's in 3.0 or when 3.0 is coming out, but most of the stuff they've talked about, they're like, it's done. It's just waiting for 2.6 and 2.6.1, 2.6.2 to get out, which doesn't tell me, that kind of makes me go, but really? Because, like, is it really that important to delay 3.0 for us to get a, what is it, the mega map in? But I guess the mega map is also not just dealing with Arena Commander and Star Marine, but also deals with like how your hangars interact with the universe or something like that. So
I think we just lost Torellian.
Torellian's still here.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Did we lose him in Discord?
Yeah, audio.
Okay, hoping that fixed this. Am I more audible now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Pretty clear.
Okay, good. Should stop going up and down.
I do think there's a lot of cool stuff coming up with 3.0. I am a little bit worried about the creep on it. I think one of the nice things about mid last year, when we had a patch every 90 days, give or take, was that they had a time frame for the release, and whatever was ready at that point went into the patch. Whatever wasn't was culled. It was a very nice way of forcing them to actually drop the content without feed creep. And I'm a little bit worried that 3.0 is going to be a case of, oh, we really, really, really need this, so we're going to wait. And then there's another thing they're going to wait for, another thing they're going to wait for. That's what I'm a little bit worried about. It's why I'm convinced we won't be seeing this one until at least, May at this point.
I think May or June is probably a reasonable release. But the problem is that, like, with 3.0, there's a lot of things that need to be added to this. You need to have planetary planets, and planetary landing needs to be in there. You need to have landing zones, because if you're landing on planets, you need to have something you can do, and you need cargo, because if you have all those two things, you also need something to do that's not pew pews. So the cargo is important.
Yeah.
Mining
is important, but mining will come in with 3.1, and that still makes sense because mining is important, but you need cargo before you can get mining. So you need to be able to put your cargo, take your rocks and throw them in the back of your freelancer or whatever before you can actually.
Mining is a need, not a want. Though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know this.
I always thought that mining was like a no-go subject to CIG after the accidental content release last year.
Really?
What one was that?
Data mining. He's talking about data mining.
Oh, that's terrible.
That was terrible. That was.
And he sips his dust boot.
Leave the bad jokes to me.
The Delta patch.
I feel like 3.0 is so public at the moment. Like, a lot of people,
That boot.
if someone would say, I just saw this all around the place. If someone would say, Star Citizen looks kind of crappy at the moment, someone would say, just wait until 3.0. It's the be-all and end-all. And it just kind of built up the hype. We're expecting at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But, with the Homestead demo too, if it falls, it's gonna fall hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to be perfect, I think.
Well, no, that's just the thing. Is that CIG never releases anything perfect. Like, first, the only thing that needs to be perfect when it releases is Squadron 42, and that's the reason why it's been delayed for so long, is because it needs to be exactly the way it does. 3.0 just needs to come out at some point. Yeah. And I agree with Fair Assault that at some point they just need to say, okay, character creation, female models, all this kind of stuff would be nice, but we don't need it for the release. Let's just drop what we can and then that kind of stuff. But again, at this point, it feels like the major stuff, the planetary landing tech, all that kind of stuff, which is mostly done, and the network tech seems like it's mostly done, but it's just not done enough for maybe even the AI tech, the assumption stuff. That maybe what's holding up. But then again, this is all speculation because we have no update, so we don't know what's actually holding up 3.0. So we'll see.
I'm looking forward to the 3.0 schedule. That's going to be a big boon, I think.
Because we'll also give us what's in it, because we'll see what's being worked on, which is going to be nice.
Yeah, the schedule update is great. Please, CIG, continue it.
I hope they do exactly what they've done. With bind culling, as much as I really want bind culling, because that's it could be a considerable improvement to the frame rate in the PU. I hope if a feature is taking too long, they do drop it off, just same as they did with that.
Mm-hmm. But I think there does need to be some specific benchmarks. Like with 3.0 if you don't have planetary landing and cargo, 3.0 is not worth it. It's not worth releasing. 3.1 is not worth releasing without mining. 3.2 is not worth releasing without salvage and the other things that they're adding with that. There are like some staples of each of those patches where those are the bedrock in which you need to get right before that patch can be released. But from the sounds of things, a lot of the stuff that they want with 3.0 is done. It's just a matter of little things that are adding up that they need to complete, which is taking it longer and longer. So,
Agreed.
Fuck.
What?
Spider.
Like,
I was gonna say,
I hate it when it wedges right up there, man, and you can't walk with you. I broke my fucking thong.
You got to the plugger.
Oh,
All is lost. All is lost.
Dude.
I'm out of here.
Bad boy, you're good.
Oh, God.
makes you feel any better, I've gone all fancy. Like my thong has a bottle opener.
A bottle opener, yeah. I feel like everyone in Australia has like a pair of swim trunks and thongs. Like it's like a required for everyone to have.
Pair of dick sticks.
Yeah.
No. Buggers, my friend. Buggers.
It's legit. Exactly.
I am
like
literally wearing an Australian tuxedo right now. I'm in the full-on burgundy.
The full-on burgundy. Oh man. So
Suspension breaker had to be done.
now
I think one of the
go ahead.
I think one of the major things I'm interested in is less the back end tech, although very important. I want to get the armor and items. Like that's what I'm hanging out for.
It feels like
Those bad boys.
Item 2.0 is going to be like there's a lot of stuff that I don't think people really understand. Like Item 2.0 is everything. This game is based on Item 2.0. Without Item 2.0, this game doesn't function at all. And it seems minor, like, oh, the ability to go EVA, like you have actually pressurized, each zone is pressurized or not pressurized, and the game has a way to figure that out, or you can wear different armor pieces. Like, that is going to determine how you play the game more than anything else that they've released thus far. That is going to be the meat and potatoes of the game.
I think
Like,
there's three
Starbucks
major
has
things. Some of them Item 2.0, some of them not, that I think coming with Item 2.0 are the best. Number one would be just general interactions, like they showed off in the Homestead demo, getting armor, getting weapons and stuff off of your own ship. Being able to open and close doors properly, open and close lockers, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd say operating your own personal equipment, stuff like, turning on different headset options, or even taking off your helmet would be a huge thing. Just to take it off, pop it on a stool while you're flying or whatever, so you don't
Weapon
don't have-
attachments and gadgets.
Yes, weapon attachments, all that kind of stuff. And the only other thing I'm looking forward to is Death of a Spaceman kind of stuff. So, getting injured, having like a cybernetic limb, that kind of stuff. I think those are the three major things for me.
I'm looking forward to the whole, like, you shoot someone in the shoulder, not much times their armor piece is like singed. Like if you see a ship right now that gets under a lot of heavy fire, you see it's like burned. The skin is just completely burned off, and you see nothing but damage marks on it. I'm looking for that, like where you maybe you're like in Art Core, and then there's a dude who walks through the like security checkpoint, and his like arm is just singed all the way down. Like, that dude went through a firefight,
Yep.
Or he was making flaming cocktails. One of the two.
Or his name's Ferris.
Could be either. Or both at the same time. I think
It was good to see Star Marine with some of the new weapons, being able to use them. And I think they're 2 medium and 2 light sets of armor that we haven't seen.
Mhm.
But I suspect there's going to be quite a few more coming soon.
Oh no,
that Explorer's
What I've
outfit.
gleaned. Yeah.
Explorer one, that's so cool.
That's been around for a while. I don't know how much it's changed.
It was in the
from...
Constellation demo, I think, was when it first popped up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I reckon. It's not a spoiler really, because it's in the 2.6 files. But I was nicking all the particle effects from 2.6. Whoops, including the Javelin, Idris, all the good stuff. Not the actual ships itself.
Hashtag CIG secure.
Shit sound look better than mine.
Yes.
I thought you worked at CIG.
Oh,
But
fucking please.
what I did find was particle effects for. There's the 5mm bearing assault rifle. There's also a 7mm bearing assault rifle.
Mhm.
A ballistic sniper rifle effects. I mean,
Good
they've
old
got all the other
LR
stuff.
620. The
Yes,
ballistic 620 precision railgun.
Yeah. Well,
all of that stuff looks so cool.
There's actually 2 different rifles that we haven't seen for the bearing. There's the one we have right now is the P4SC.
I have a physical example of
CQB,
this.
what is it called?
Yeah, go ahead and show us up.
AR?
The P4AR is different. The P4AR is the 7mm. Yeah, that's the P4SC. That's actually the original P4AR.
Damn.
So that may be the P4AR model that they're using, but it's actually the P4SC that's currently in. It's kind of a carbine version of the actual rifle. So I'm expecting.
this
Is
is
that
meant to
one
be
they
a-
classify They classify that one as a machine gun. The other one is a rifle.
Submachine gun.
Oh, so there's a okay. This is an interesting news. Apparently, they have machine guns in Star Citizen now. We knew that was going to happen. but-
Yeah, they class it. It's the file name. It's the
Yeah. So, and a lot of
This
people
is
don't.
apparently the submachine gun.
Yep.
It's vaguely tiny.
Yeah.
And then we've got the
Yep.
P4AR, which is the long barrel version of the P4. They've got the
This is
P8,
The ATT.
This is the
which looks
CQB.
gorgeous.
This is the
Hold on,
close
hold on.
quarters.
I think they got one missing. I'll go and grab it.
Is that?
yeah. Oh damn, that looks so good.
That looks, is that the AR? Is it the P4AR? Or is that the?
That's
That's
CQB.
Oh, sorry,
AR.
CQB. Yeah.
Oh, so
there's
that's-
the AR CQB.
Oh, with a removable
Yeah, no,
mag.
that's it.
Nice. Okay, so that's a little bit different.
That's
Okay,
cool.
that's not the ATT4. That's one that we've seen but we haven't like actually seen.
Yeah. So the P4, it's in the files. There's machine gun, which is the P4SC, and then there's the special, which is just called the Bearing Special Ballistic. It's that kind of weird looking thing with the drum barrel.
So look forward to that. Actually, we do have Sean Noonan in chat, so I don't. He probably can't confirm or deny that weapon is in game. But there we go, Sean.
Oh, yeah, there's a crossbow coming.
Citizen.
That's
Really way to add content to 2.6.2 2.6.1 is just add some of the weapons they've already finished, like the P8,
yeah.
the long rifles.
The
those sort of
attachment to like the that he's showing off because that's actually the grappling attachment. That's one that has the grappling attachment to it that allows you to like pull yourself without having a backpack.
Yes, that thing is so cool.
things,
So
which
what
is
they really need to do is bring out a small little anti-armor system like this one.
Hey, I would kill for a minigun in Star Citizen. Just have like a heavy marine with a minigun just walking
Yeah.
through.
yeah, just don't use it while EVA.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, and that's the original.
Oh,
that's actually
that's
the
so
same. That's the same flight suit that we have now. It's the. I remember realized they use the same helmet style. It's just now they have the different suits. So
And I mean, then we've also got things like the personal stunner, which they commented on a while ago.
Fogging up pretty quick.
yeah,
Oh,
There
I'm
you go.
too scared to speed
Well,
up and show my budgie smugglers. Well, I so much want that helmet.
yeah. So this is these are just examples of combustible. If you're new to the community and you haven't seen combustible prop stuff, this is old. Like that helmet is 2 years old. He made that 2 years ago. He's been making stuff for Star Citizen, including a heavy marine helmets and like he's showing off right now, rifles, pistols, full armor sets, completely decked out. That you can't
In
hear us.
related news, Mr. Combustible, I'd like to point out that the good Paul Shelley, Berserker 01, is actually looking to commission a new helmet. Because his current one is falling apart and terrible.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is a beautiful helmet that is in no way falling apart or having massive gaps in its front or anything like that.
Fire. That like lowers its value a lot.
On that note, if you can get snowboarding helmet speaker inserts,
Yeah.
you can use that as internal.
Yeah, so that was part of my plan is to get some of that stuff done. But yeah, no, don't put
I
helmet in the
have a
corner.
face without a helmet.
I heard nothing then. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, I just got my normal helmet.
He's got his yeah his sun helmet. Oh,
The sun is real here, seriously.
it is.
It is.
It is also apparently 45 degrees Celsius down there, or some ridiculous.
I hope not.
down that-
708.
I really hope not.
What's that, about 712 in Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
I swear to God,
I
it
have
is.
not got the aircon on, so let's hope.
Yeah, I know. You haven't got the aircon on because your power grid's just gone to shit, apparently.
It really has. Bloody hell, all the blackouts down here. I mean, to be
Welcome
fair,
to the 1970s.
Tackle, welcome.
Oh God.
it's pretty damn windy though.
So yeah, no. So like, There's a lot of content that people don't know exists in Star Citizen. Not just that. I mean, between Torellian telling us all of the dirty little secrets that CIG keeps in its files that doesn't tell anybody, and Combustible making all those dirty little secrets into actual physical props, and Athogen tricking people into thinking he's making straight up, because he actually, if you guys don't know that Athogen is actually making the MISC Razor completely on his own. He's completely taking the models that they have for CIG and making it on his own to do something special with it. I'm not going to talk about it because he hasn't announced it yet.
And it's not made of gingerbread.
It's not made of gingerbread.
So would it be worth noting to enjoyed this month's jump point? Because it's all about the MISC Razor. Very nice.
So Athogen, you should probably look at this month's jump point.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do it anymore.
Too much effort.
Too much effort.
Oh no! I've just seen that new post that Knight Rider put out. That GIF.
Oh yeah,
coming.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that were out there. Sorry, we're completely welcome to the Captain's Table, where we just go all over the place.
What was this GIF?
Fuck it.
Was that the Coming Home Idris?
Yes.
One we're talking about? Yes, by Flying Hoo-Ha.
It was not by CIG. It was by another guy who's actually a pretty good. He's messed around with the tools before.
When I saw it, I was so excited because I thought, oh my god, there's someone else who's working with CryEngine. Like, I need to just adopt them. I'm taking them and they're working with me.
But you look like you're 12. How can you adopt someone?
To be fair, I only did just turn 18, but
what are you drinking?
Yeah, no, it's in After Effects. Yeah, I should probably get a drink. Hey.
Yeah,
what are you drinking? It looked like you had a big fucking slippery nipple.
It was. It was a coffee. Now it's just sad caffeine.
Was there at least like Jamison in it or something?
I should put Bailey's in or something.
I don't know why whiskey in coffee is Irish coffee. It should be called like.
It's pretty good.
Irish coffee. You put Irish whiskey in it.
Yeah, no. We call them. Anytime you put whiskey in coffee in the United States, it's just called an Irish coffee, even though it's not Irish coffee.
This is because the United States is inherently racist.
Against Australians for having high ping.
I resent that remark. You freaking convict. Yeah.
Criminal.
Leper.
So I'm looking at it now, coming home. Yeah, it's in After Effects he made that. I assume he's using Cinema 4D as well.
Well, the one thing that kind of shows it off is that when he does the turn, when the saber does the turn, it stops immediately. And and I know CIG's enough that they have the little like animated like RCS, rotational thrusters. So we would have seen the thrusters firing as it turned, and then we would seen the counter rotation thrusters as it was slowing down. But we didn't see that.
Yeah, so it's part of Combined Arms Part 2, but I started working a bit more in depth with the ship. So there's a scene where it was in the demo reel. It's the only reason I'm mentioning it. Where the Avenger, I actually put on the rotational thrusters, added particle effects, movement for it. So as it's coming down, it's actually counteracting as it lands.
Mm-hmm.
Not physically simulated. Just getting into that stuff now. But yeah, it's
improving.
Yeah,
he's improving.
You are going to make me fucking quit.
Seriously, while I'm adopting Hoo-Ha, I need to adopt you into CryEngine as well.
Yeah, adopt Athogen.
Yeah. Just got this small family of CryEngineers.
Nothing
Yeah, but think of all the stuff you could make. The only problem is, and I kind of hate it, I use CryEngine 3.8. So you have to do all the shady, go onto pirated websites and stuff, and that's so hard in Australia at this point.
Really? Since when?
Since the government fucked us over. But there is that lovely little link.
I've seen too much.
They screwed us over in the past couple of months. The website.
Wait, government screwing over people? What is this? UEE?
I swear the Aussie government's 10 times worse. But yeah, they took it down, so I can't get CryEngine out to anyone else unless they upload it. And come on, uploading on Australian internet, yeah right, get real.
I got 40 megabit upload.
Just take a week off.
I'm streaming on 56k. Don't panic.
Oh god. I get a megabyte if I'm lucky on a good day.
Wait.
In a good year.
Just to
Good
clarify,
month.
I've just noticed something on Twitter. If you haven't retweeted it, by the way, do so. Literally, pubs open with hashtag Captain's Table episode 36 Aussie edition. Come by and talk Star Citizen with Down Under experts.
Listen, if I say experts, someone without quotation marks, what's going to happen is someone's going to come up here and be like, "These people have no fucking idea what's going on," or they're like, "They're all CIG members. Let's come talk and ask CIG member Farasalt exactly what he thinks about this or that."
I've been
Some
cited
of
as
us
a
are
CIG
down under
source. I think every single person here has been cited as a CIG source at some point.
Probably.
At
Probably.
least once.
Apparently,
Hello
I
from the
use
UK.
Reddit.
Terrellian, have you been offered a job by CIG yet? Aussie
No.
CIG studio confirmed. See,
Yeah.
this is why we need the quotations.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. No. But the answer is that with when it comes to my experts is that community experts are different from being CIG actual experts. Because the tagline, thanks to Board Gamer, is the Captain's Table. We don't know shit.
That's why I'm here.
So moving on, going away from a lot of this because we're going to get into the questions here. The one major thing I wanted to ask was, do you think, what did you guys think about the? Because we already talked about all the other major questions. What do you think about the possibility of having character customization in the 2.6 patches, 2.6.1, 2.6.2, something like that?
That would be awesome.
Because it looks like. Do you guys think it's feasible? Because it looks like they've got a lot of those like basic heads, like maybe not customization in terms of like being able to manipulate your eyes and your nose, but like, hey, pick head 1 of 7.
Let us pick a head.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have an avatar with hair.
Yeah, you can relive
I
your
mean,
youth.
it's already in in Star Marine. There's the different character types just on random chance, and we can pick our helmets, pick our armor. I don't think it'd be too much of a stretch to just pick a head.
I just want the beard
Or,
slider.
or even
Yeah,
decals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even a
Being able
stubble
to,
slider would do. Just add a blend shader over the top.
Being able to choose some color schemes for your armor, that would be very nice. But
Or-
sticking with the Marines and Outlaws, sort of the color schemes for the two, but being able to show a little bit of customization would be nice.
Hot pink and purple polka dots are not on combustible. I'm sorry.
What? You're dead to me.
So, and before we get into the questions, one of the reasons why I'm having the Aussie Captain's Table is because I've wanted to do this for a while. But the main thing I wanted to do is I do want to promote the Australian bar citizen, the pub citizen. I believe there's
no. Pub citizen.
That's I said it's pub citizen. Like the Americans know it as bar citizen, but in Australia it's called pub citizen, which I totally agree with. I completely agree that the pub citizen is the best citizen, and I am completely and utterly not at all, influenced by that name. It's not like like I actually own a pub or anything like that, and want to have pub citizen be a thing. Pub citizens. You are all now pub citizens. No more pubbers.
Talk
You are now
about
pub citizens.
pubs and bars, and you're going to do the Banu Mansion. You saw that screenshot.
I did see that. It's a concept art. It's It's a
Yeah,
concept
it's going to
art.
be hard to fucking clean when people are spewing in there.
Well, those are the
Especially in your
rooms.
bar.
That's the rooms though. That's the living rooms. So that's where you go if you've
First
drank.
mod. First mod I'm
like
going to do
Farscape.
when I get my banner is get some floodlighting going inside. It's always dark and
In
gloomy.
Philadelphia.
Because aliens don't like light. It burns them. You know, it hurts. Yeah. Though the
Can I just say Mudfucker said Aussie CIG studio confirmed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's called Pub Citizen, 18th of February.
yeah, it's 18th of February.
7 p.m.
Where is it?
I have no idea. I didn't buy me a ticket yet.
Is it
in
Sydney? Sydney.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
Sydney.
So if
Sydney.
Sydney's so far.
if you are in the area of Sydney or can get to Sydney easily on the 18th of February, do it because bar citizens and pub citizens and like BritizenCon, those kind of things are amazing events to go to because it's one of the few times that, like for me, whenever I went to these events, it's the first time I've been to around a lot of people who've actually are also Star Citizen backers, because a lot of people don't know who's a Star Citizen backer in your area, or you may not even know anybody at all in your area that is a Star Citizen backer. So when you go there and physically talk with other backers about the game, it's like, wow, this is real. There are other people.
Link, Paul?
Huh?
Can I post the link?
Yeah. Let me give you.
I'll do it. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Unless Jordan Davis just.
He just posted it. It's at the Aurora Hotel in Sydney, and the Kipix Lounge at 3 p.m. They're $10 to get in. I'm guessing those are Aussie
I'll
dollars.
be already drunk. I'll be guaranteed already drunk.
He's pre-gaming.
3 p.m. Yeah, we'll be shit-faced before we can get there.
Day drinking.
I'd like to mention this. It's a $10 entry. It does include finger food and a Big Benny's tattoo, so it's totally worth it.
Does it actually include the Big Benny's tattoos? Because
it does include the Big Benny's tattoo. It will be like smack bang middle of my forehead, guaranteed.
the Big Benny's tattoo in the forehead.
Yeah.
Yes, I approve.
I
approve of this.
I'm classy like that.
It's going to be
I
loud
might
noise
be
in
in
the
the
background.
minority here.
Because you're
I
not.
can hear that. I'd be in the minority, but God, I never want to hear about Big Benny's again.
Listen.
I've
Big
heard
Benny's.
too much.
Big Benny's is cool, but it's at this point CIG is kind of they've. It's like, hey, young fellow young person, let's talk about
like
the cool hits.
octogenarian using Snapchat.
Yeah, it's like, don't meme, but we can meme
I had
CIG.
a
Don't
theory.
meme. Just be CIG.
I actually
Don't
had
meme.
a very thorough theory. Oh God, when Chris came on stage and said, "Just do it,"
Oh God, don't meme. Please
that
don't
hurt.
meme.
Just okay, yeah. No, but I had a theory that they're doing it intentionally to be annoying because in the universe it might be that's the kind of deal, like everyone hates Big Benny because they're so in your face and everything. And I mean, if that's the case, that's just a really stupid idea because it's whether or not it's immersive annoying is still annoying, but if there's something malicious behind Big Benny's, like it's the front for like the advocacy doing some shady stuff or whatever, and there's like some big Benny's Illuminati kind of stuff going on.
I mean, I
That
would love that there's like a section of Terra Mills that is actually like a top secret advocacy group that, because that makes sense with like actual history, because there were parts of I think it's Dole, or there's some banana group that was like a fruit company in the United States that actually had a section which was filled with CIA operatives working in to try to like help their help American interests in the Central America and stuff like that. So that's actually kind of like Air America, for instance, was a CIA run airline that no one knew about until like the 1970s, 1980s. So like those kind of things would be kind of interesting.
I'd like to point out that basically Big Benny's is Space Nyan Cat.
Yes.
Yep.
If you want to hear it too many times, it's dead to you.
Got to pull out the knives. Everyone's got to pull out their knives. Just scratch the knives. All right, next. So what we're going to do right now, guys, is we're going to actually answer some of your questions, as bad as this is, as this idea is. Let's see if I can't put this all the way down. Come on. There we go.
You can do it.
I can do it. Just do
I'm a
it.
tiny potato. You can do that thing.
All right. If you guys have a question in chat, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, questions, or exclamation point, question, we'll give you the link. Click that link and then fill that form out if you guys want to ask that question. Caveat, we are not CIG employees, but anything you do ask, we will claim we're CIG employees, and we'll give you official answers that you can run to the forums and tell that it's official, because they love to hear that. CIG loves
Post it
to
on
hear
Reddit, it'll go well for you.
Yes.
Yeah, if you go to Reddit, they'll
So
think you
well.
are CIG employees, and then they'll just troll you and fuck you over. Don't worry.
And also, don't ask stupid questions. If you ask stupid questions, I will let Athogen answer them in his own, between Athogen and Fairasalt, in their own most ridiculous way. Yes.
I had 2 bottles of beer. I'm starting to love you so.
I had 2 bottles of beer. I'm nearly finished in my boot. I'm down to the ankle.
Yes, but man, I can't fit a fucking keg in that.
All right.
Let's get the hose out the side.
The next question, the first question of the night, comes from our very own Diabolus. Diabolisk asks, what type of ship role would you like to see next in game? I think we already answered that question. Mining is what most of us had said, right?
Yeah, I'd go mining. Something that you can go out and not be combative. Just do your own thing somewhere. Find diamonds. Yeah.
Space diamonds.
I'd like to see the Starliner. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to like a
Starliner
whole B,
or
whole
890.
C size.
Just being able to just like take stuff from point A to point B, like space trucking.
Yeah.
I suppose the hull would go well with small mining. So you get the small hull, A and B maybe.
And just toss the rocks into the into the little containers on the side.
I think Diab meant like what new ship role we'd like to see. One that hasn't been added yet or is on the plan.
No ship sales. I want the prospector.
Please, Jesus, no more ship sales. I'm
Yeah,
kind of done.
As much as I hate it, I'd say a homey kind of ship, like just something that's like a space RV or whatever.
Yeah, I would say a
like-
mobile base, like something you could plant on a planet,
Yeah.
and it would work as a base of operations for a group that's trying to take
Yeah.
over,
like
like
I guess
a mobile
like a
HQ,
real-
like a capital.
a space hab, like a
Mustang
habitation
bases,
module.
but like
Yes.
4 times the size.
Yeah, something like that,
I guess
like
the
like
real
space
question
barracks.
is, what
Yeah.
what sort of roles haven't we seen yet? That's the real question. So
I think every role we
Bartender?
would see is bartender. Yeah, but I think most of the roles we would see would be just kind of variations on the same rules we have, like a troop transport versus a stealth troop transport versus a massive troop transport versus a
combos.
yeah. So it's like we'd have a mining ship, but it would be like a mining ship that's designed specifically to mine like.
But Mom, I'm talking
Pitches
to my
rituals.
friends.
Hi, Mum.
Hi.
How do you mother for me?
10 more minutes.
Oh right, yeah. I don't know if they're even going to add this to the game, but I'd like to see nails. If anyone knows what those are, like the marine drop ships, like the
Oh,
actually
yeah.
get inside of and they
Right.
fire
They
straight down.
just drop fire straight down. They're the ODST
No
drop pod
spoilers.
stuff. Yeah.
But they're going to be in Combined Arms Part 3.
Woo.
110%. It'll be cool. So if CIG doesn't do it, I'm going to do it.
They
better do it.
To shill. Every single
do
chance
it.
you have, shill.
Yeah. No, Ferrisol is an expert on shilling. He schools
By the way,
me on
so-
shilling. I don't.
By the way, folks, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the Astropub. The Astropub is a fantastic streamer here on Twitch. Also, if you have any bits, throw them at him.
I don't have the cup for you to throw them into yet, though. It's just because this is a professional stream, completely professional, super serious.
That's all right, mate. If I drink any more, I might actually have something to fill your cup with.
VB, recycled beer.
Yes.
Alrighty. So the next question is from Joni2948. He asks, to all, should we suspect a solid release for 2.0 within the next few months of what we actually get in it? And since CIG make room for 2.7, 2.8, 2.9 patch between, if it's not going to be out for a while. It does feel like a lot crammed in.
So, did they say 3.0 soon?
They haven't confirmed a 2.7, 2.8, 2.9. The only 2.7 we got was a slip of the tongue by a developer in the first happy hour when they asked if that was going to be in 2.7 or 3.0, and they said something like closer to 3.0. So we don't know if there's actually 2.7 being planned or not, or it could have been in discussion, but whatever. So
Didn't 2.7 just get renamed to 3.0?
that's what a lot of people are saying as well, is that they was probably just
Yeah,
mixing it
because
up.
Chris mentioned, wasn't it Gamescom? He basically said we'll have 2.7 out by the end of the year. Oh, no, it must have been before Gamescom.
Okay,
then
so
it was
2.7 was renamed 3.0 at Gamescom.
I don't remember when though. Yeah, it was at Gamescom. It got renamed. Yeah,
to 3.0, and
That's
that's
because it was a significant enough content step to
yeah.
yeah. So
a
just
new
decided.
number.
So
Though
was this
fully-
person asking?
I'm
sorry, go
totally
ahead.
waiting for at some point they're going to be like, so we're actually going to add a 0 at the start. So we're counting at 0.3.0 in for 1.0 release.
Well, I think that's what we'll see is that kind of number, because currently its technical title is, like, the current version is currently Alpha 2.6. Now the next one is Alpha 2.6.1. So at some point it'll be beta 1.0, beta 2.0, beta 4.0, whatever, and then release 1.0 or something like that, or just Star Citizen 1.0. So
I remember the Salt from, I think it was 1.6, where everyone's like, we've moved to Star Citizen 1.0 instead of the different names they were giving it prior to that. They're like, it's going to be Star Citizen now because we're going to release Star Marine in March.
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they were 12 months early, but still.
Alrighty, so the next, I don't think we're going to see a 2.7, 2.8, 2.9. From the sounds of things, we'll know more than likely if it's going to have 2.7, 2.8, 2.9 in, I would say, April, March or April. When we have 2.6.2, because that's when they'll start saying, okay, 3.0 is so long away that we're going to need to do something different, or they'll say, 3.0 is here. This is what it is. As I think Fairasalt said, I didn't actually know about that. Is that Jira that has a really bad estimation, or it has really bad planning technologies beyond the 30-day kind of ahead of time sort of thing.
The technology is fine. The problem is that once you start scheduling beyond about 30 or 45 days, because the number of things that are reliant on a previous release start to increase exponentially, you just stop getting any accuracy at all in any project that I've ever managed in Jira. It just means that you really can't tell, because something may be delayed by a day here, a day there. Suddenly you've got 20 days.
So
April 1st is a good release date. I agree, Miles.
I think 3.0 should be released on April 1st. That would be hilarious.
Captain Chicken.
What's that?
Nothing.
Yes. All right, next question comes from JJ2078. Who on the panel, or indeed chat today, will be attending the Sydney Pub Citizen on February 18th, 2017? Details are here.
I hope to be. I haven't bought tickets yet, but I should today.
I can't be bothered.
I know Diablos is going, Fairsalt's going, and
I'm going to go ahead. Any of you gents currently on the stream, are you looking at flying to Pub Citizen?
I'll be there. I'm driving.
Driving? Okay. Anyone thinking about it? Because I've got a $200 Jetstar voucher that will get you to it. No?
I mean,
go to uni, so I can't.
I'm sorry. I live in a little country town, and that's Rex.
I'm going to not be going to the Pub Citizen because it's several more than $200 to fly there from the United States.
Come on, buddy.
I also don't have have a passport, so I wouldn't be able to be let into the country. So that whole problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah. But yeah. So next question comes from Human Evil. When 3.0 drops, will you have a party?
Yes.
In my pants.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Exclamation point party.
Exclamation point party.
What patches the Banu?
I would say.
I'll quit drinking.
I would say pub party. All the pub parties in chat.
Is the BMM coming in? What is it? 3.1, 3.2,
3.4.
3.3. 3.4. It's ages away.
Yeah.
I was gonna say have a party on the Merchantman, but nope.
No, but we will have a party on the Caterpillar because the Caterpillar is filling in for the Merchantman until the Merchantman's ready.
Yes, it is.
So
True.
That
No
is my
till Banu.
no party till Banu. We must be solemn in our drinking on the Caterpillar until the Banu shows up. There'll be no revelry at all, no fun. The next question comes from Human Evil and Ants Trellian. Can you make a video called "The Star Slutizen," where space sluts fly around, taking over ships and killing all the female crew and sleeping with the male crewmen?
Yeah, so that's on the near horizon. We're actually looking to get some final polish done. I don't know. I'm looking at a mid Q2 Q3 2017 release. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
There's
It's gonna be
problems
great.
with that video, guys, because of the money shots are not working properly.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
you need to get CIG level of reflectiveness off of
4K
off of
nether regions.
Yes, 4K.
Tends to be the way to go.
And the
So we're trying to get Sean Tracy on it.
Yeah, we have the nude
Nude
naked
naked
male,
male.
but we don't have the nude naked female. So it's kind of hits out. And then of course we still don't have the nude Xian. So you can't get that whole Xian scene to work.
Yeah.
The next question comes from not Fair Assault. Why aren't you drinking? Because I finished my beer.
Get enough.
I'm actually gonna get a
I
drink.
have no
Okay.
more beer. I'm out. I have hard liquor, but no more beer.
So lick her.
That's a down under joke.
It's like the Australian kiss. It's like a French kiss, but down under.
Oh, and then the next question is from Farah Beer, and it asks, Boot?
Duff.
Das. Valdez.
Fun stuff.
Good streamer. Good guy. Next question comes from Human Evil at Athogen. Have you ever punched a kangaroo in the face?
Yes,
And it didn't slice open your chest?
mate. I'm not joking. It was only about a foot.
You punched a kangaroo in the face?
Yes. I was in the army.
Not surprised. Those things are jerks.
Yeah.
They are fucking jerks. And when you're in the Northern Territory and the big fucking reds come up to you, you either run or
Punch him in
Punch
the
him in the
face.
punch them in the face.
I was going to say the only other option
No, fuck the spiders, man. Go.
is just run from the spiders. Giant were spiders confirmed, or dire spiders confirmed in the Northern Territories of.
Our spiders have mana bars.
Jesus Christ. Thought.
Yeah, kangaroos can be really bad. Like, seeing that video of the dude punching him is one thing, but a couple of weeks later,
That's so cool.
a woman was absolutely mauled by one. Like,
Yeah.
she was sliced up everywhere.
Yeah, it's because they have like claws on their feet that they like slash up
Like,
with. Yeah,
They
Slash,
sit
yeah.
back and then kick with their legs.
yeah.
Yeah.
And of course,
Yeah,
koala
kangaroo.
bears are filled with herpes,
Horrible
They're not
teeth.
bears.
Horrible teeth and claws.
and they
It makes some
scream.
creepy noises.
They're
My
cute.
God.
Yeah, they're cute, but they sound like death screeches. They're just like
The mating sound
Problem
is
with koalas is
shudders.
that they eat eucalyptus roots, right? Which gets them pissed because it ferments in their stomach, and next thing you know, you've got a fucking drop bear.
drunk
You're
bear.
getting one punch drop bears coming out the fucking everywhere.
Well, the worst part about it is that they also all have like syphilis or like a venereal disease of some kind. It was like
How do we know?
No. That was in Tasmania, and that was a monkey pit where every single monkey had syphilis.
no. There's actually like there's like 30. It's like a 50 to 60% of like all koalas have a venereal disease of some
Syphilis,
kind.
yes.
It's syphilis. Yeah,
It's a balance.
But how do people know?
because they keep surviving. They keep pulling koala bears from burning bamboo forests and testing them for diseases and finding out that they all like to fuck each other too much.
Again, Australians.
Australians.
I really want to see a kangaroo, kind of a space kangaroo, sort of like weird creature.
Space Alls. You got to go to Space Australia.
Well,
I kind of
Sorry,
feel
I'd like to clarify. It's chlamydia.
chlamydia. I'm
apologize.
sorry, yeah, chlamydia, not syphilis. Chlamydia. They clap. All of the the clap. So don't fuck a koala, guys.
Yes, all STDs would develop. From
I would be kind of interested in seeing like a planet that was like Space Australia, where you'd show up and like everything there would try to kill you. You just don't move around this. Or you just walk around with a flamethrower and kill everything you see because that blade of grass is like poisonous. You touch it, you die, kind of thing.
So you want
No,
the moon from Borderlands?
Yes.
No, you can't fucking deal with this country enough. Why do you want to develop something that's going to kill us all?
Because you need to have the Australian experience for us non-Australians, so we can be like, oh, sure, we're here at this beautiful countryside. Oh, hey, that's a cute creature. Oh my God, it's trying to eat my feet. I need to run away. Or that's just a little spider there. Oh, it's grown to the size of 4 men and is now chasing me down. Or what is that in the distance? Oh, that looks like a cuddly creature. That's the thing. The thing is poisonous and is spitting acid at us as we fly away. And then we come back back to our ship and find it has become a nest for carnivorous plants. You know?
Can you imagine, like, if you landed your ship, like your Connie Taurus or whatever, on like a new planet, you're exploring it and
Be right
stuff,
back.
and you come back, and your ship's to some extent been like taken over by creatures, or something's grown on it, or it's like had vines wrap around it or something, and it's now stuck there.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
That
stop
happened
landing
with
in
the
Australia.
dropship in Aliens.
Yeah. It did. It happened in Aliens, didn't it?
Yeah.
So yes, I expect Space Australia now. CIG, one of the planets.
I expect a purge organization that, you know, for the Emperor of Mankind, just go in. If all else fails, just get a bunch of javelins
Nuke it
together
from orbit.
and exterminate
Great idea.
them from orbit.
I was gonna say,
Another
I-
bug.
or you can,
Exterminatus.
or you can just call in Test Squadron, and we will make sure that the planet is completely glassed with our auroras. The explosion of all of our
Bombard it with auroras. I was gonna say. Wait, is the
I'm
Taurus?
excited for the Idris. The Idris should be able to fire
thinking the Aquila.
approximately Aurora-sized projectiles.
Yes, they do fire aurora-sized projectiles.
Hey, did they rename one of the Connies? I swear it used to be called the Aquarius or something.
No, it's the
the Aquila.
Aquila. It's always been the Aquila.
Because I have a file it's the old Connie.
It may have originally been named the Aquarius because they were using the constellation names like Constellation.
Cygnus.
Yeah. That was the original. Those were the original names, and they changed the names to Aquila, Taurus, and Taurus stays the same, and the Phoenix, because the Phoenix is not a Phoenix
It
constellation.
used
either.
to be called the Aquarius in the files.
Andromeda and
It was the Andromeda. Yeah, the constellation Andromeda. It was Andromeda, Taurus, Aquarius, and
Phoenix
Cygnus.
and Aquila.
And then the Aquila was renamed from the Aquarius to the Aquila, and then the Phoenix was renamed from the Cygnus to the Phoenix. But those are the original names. So they were unofficial though because they never released them. They was the internal names only, and then they changed that when they actually released it. Alrighty. So moving on to the next question. Who on the panel or indeed chat? Okay, we were actually talked about that one. Let's move on. Okay, we already asked that. With antique weapons like ballistic guns, grenades, and even Gatling guns on ships, there seems to be very few futuristic, innovative assets in game. Sometimes Star Citizen looks like a reskinned World War II game instead of futuristic sim game. Do you think CIG is doing a good job of making a space game? Instead of making World War II in the year 2945. Well,
Isn't that the intention?
that was the intention.
Chris has said.
Chris
Yeah.
was World War II in space. So and they've done a good job of mixing it up. I mean, there's lots of laser-based weaponry and plasma-based weaponry. Yeah.
Yeah, you got like the pyroburst shotguns. You've got like all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah.
It's-
Plus, ballistic is tried and true throughout history, so there's always going to be a need to throw heavy metal at something or someone.
Look at Elite
Applied
Dangerous.
mass to enemy.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous has Gatling guns and cannons and missiles and all that kind of stuff, as well as.
I think the problem is it gets a bit boring if you've just got laser weapons. I mean, if you go and look at Star Wars, it's cool when you've got blue and red and green lasers all flying around. But when you just got exclusively that, I think it limits your options. Like whereas ballistics, you can have all sorts of things from cannons to freaking space miniguns. Who doesn't want that?
The good thing
That's
about Star Wars weapons is that there are so many iterations of cosmetic shells, and they all fire, similar bolts of, blue or red. But if you look at the actual weapons, there's so many different types of weapon, and that sort of fleshes out the universe. So I think having, multiple weapons manufacturers, just thousands of different types of weapons, weapon combinations. I mean, that to me is amazing. That's awesome.
Atherton, you were going to say something?
I'm out of alcohol.
Okay.
It's a crisis. Panic.
Can we take your Australian citizenship away now because you're out of alcohol? Is that in the middle of a cast?
I've got a bottle of brandy.
Yeah, don't open up
on.
the brandy. No,
We'll
but
go downhill very, very quickly shortly. You're welcome.
yeah.
That's
Thank you.
That's
That's
cooking
completely-
brandy, isn't it, Atherton?
Cooking sherry.
Last,
Cooking brandy.
yeah, cooking brandy, which is 127% proof.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be the polymer's rectified spirit I've got over there, which is 96%, which is
Oh,
190
Jesus Christ.
something proof.
Proof.
I got a bottle of grappa.
It's not
Grappa.
how powerful it is; it's how aged it is.
Yes.
Like a good whiskey.
Yeah, I've got a 4
So I
minute
should
one.
go get one of my 3 bottles of Johnny Walker Blue Label.
I've got a very nice one. How about we both?
Go open up your super
What's that?
expensive
Scotch
alcohol.
time? Scotch o'clock.
It's Scotch o'clock.
Apparently it's like 11:30 a.m.,
well-
but still, that's Scotch o'clock, right?
So the next question is actually for you, Fairasalt. It's between me and you. Is like, who's the better bartender, the Astropub or Fairasalt? I guarantee you, Fairasalt's a better bartender than I am.
However, the Astropub serves more drinks.
Yes, Fairasalt is a better mixologist than me for sure, and he's actually worked as a bartender for longer in actual like multiple places. I've worked as a bartender one place, and it was for a year, like not even. So like my experience with it is limited to like corporate suit drinks that. Like hey, I've got a little manual right here that tells me exactly, and I've got a little measurer that I use to like do everything instead of having to be doing it on the fly with shakers and stuff like that. I just got like the tumble tops and that kind of stuff. So
I just want to ask Chad a question. They're saying that I've got a donk. Now, you're talking about my fat ass or my engine? Because a donk in Australia is my engine.
You got a badonkadonk, my friend. You got a badonkadonk.
I can get up and twerk, but no, I'm in me budgie smugglers. Nah, fuck that.
I'd pay
So-
$1 for that.
I'd like to
pay
clarify
$3.
that the Astropub is a fantastic bartender, and he's got like legitimately. If you subscribe to him over GameWist, by the way, subscribe on GameWist! Sub. You should absolutely do so. He's got some really cool cocktails there, but yeah, I have gotten more official
yeah, like I've
experience doing bartending.
I am if you want to hire me for an actual event, I will guarantee that everyone at your place is going to get wasted, so long as I don't have to pay for your booze. Because I got yelled at by CIG developers like, you're pouring way too much. I'm like, this is a test party. Get used to it. Half of your whiskey and Coke is whiskey. It's not my whiskey, so enjoy it.
When
Yeah.
I make Long Island iced tea, the Coke is for color.
Yeah. So get used to that. The next question comes from Aldo
I'd like to
Brink.
point out, sorry, before you do the next question, if you ever have an event with both Astropub and myself, bring a spare liver or 2.
Make sure you have the stomach pump on standby. We're just trying to say.
It's the keg hose that's multi-purposed.
Yes, yeah, the multi-purpose keg. we may or may not be pouring drinks while we're doing keg stands. That just may or may not be a thing as well. So
The upside down cocktail pour is a challenge, but I have once. I failed 4 times, but I succeeded once.
you succeeded once. I've done it once, and it was for a cheapo like. I did it with a what was it? I think it was just a whiskey and Coke. It was a whiskey and Coke. There's like, you got to make a whiskey and Coke while you're doing the keg stand. I'm like, okay, and I poured the Coke as I was going up, as they were holding me up. So all I had to do was grab the whiskey, and I just poured until it overflowed, just about. I was just like, "Here's your whiskey and Coke," and they're like, "Yay!" And I failed it, but I
had to make
saved.
it to the boring.
You had to make a Toblerone.
Okay. Whiskey and Coke would be easier.
Yeah.
Rusty nails. That's where it's at.
The rusty. Oh god.
Is it bad that I made a cocktail which is called the B-52, which was like it was basically a cowboy with a layer of fire on the top. I literally set my pants on fire making that cocktail once.
Oh, there's one.
Sorry.
There's a cocktail that actually, and we're getting into cocktail talks. We're gonna move on. There's a cocktail that a friend of mine
That
told me
dropped?
that he did a. It might have been that he in the military. He talked about how they made this, is which they would take, like Everclear, whatever alcohol they could get, and they would take a layer of gasoline or of diesel, because all the vehicles ran on diesel, and they would put like maybe a half a shot of diesel on the very top and light it on fire, and then drink that after because they could. Because people in the military have more time than sense, and would drink flaming diesel as a cocktail. So, but I was thinking, if I could figure out a way to do that with like butane, would be interesting.
Without going blind.
Yeah, without going blind would be a good idea.
Sorry. What's
Why use bleach?
what's
Just use rectified
diesel?
spirit.
Well, because it's hard to get rectified spirits unless you go to like.
Really?
It's expensive. Are you kidding me? It's like. Like my drink cabinet, like it was expensive for me to get freaking simple syrups. Like I had to go on an excursion to get a simple syrup. They don't sell.
Simple
sell
syrup
them.
is sugar and water.
It is, but they don't sell it unless like you go to like a specific
You
drink
make
place.
It's sugar and water. It is 1 measure of sugar to 4 measures of water.
Or
it's
you use-
really hard to make.
Or you use corn syrup and sugar is the option you can do. But I don't like buy my shit. Can't afford to make all this crap. I don't have that time. And then moving on to the next question, as Ferris Salt is broken.
You're calling
He's
yourself a
buffering.
bartender and you can't make simple syrup.
Now. Aussie punch-ups is not going
I have no more beer on me right now. I'm drinking from a hip flask.
God damn it! That's
dry
that's
ride.
like thinking ahead. That's thinking ahead.
He's
Yeah,
that
trust
drunk.
me, you can dance.
I am in love with that.
The next question.
What?
Both.
The next question comes from Aldo Brink. Do you think they'll be racing against NPCs in the PU or only against other human players?
Yeah.
You need
I
to
think
make a
AI
race
too
track.
retarded. They'll try, but
I think we'll see it. I think there'll be
they still crash into asteroids. So
there'll be players in AI. I think a mix. They'll probably see that in the official races, but there'll be probably only player races. If there's player made races, there'll probably only be player racing. So
I can sort of see it down the line. I mean, there's so many racing games with AI that works. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard
True.
to build it in 3 dimensions for that. So, and the whole universe is going to be filled with AI. So, racing, not crashing into a space station when it's landing.
Oh. I'm not very good at that part. I crash into things all the time.
How many DAS boots do you have per day?
I was gonna say, Fairasalt.
That's the question.
To be fair, Fairasalt, you're also a test squadron member, so you got that going.
I didn't say it was unintentional.
Oh, that's all right. I've just gone on a quick run. 1, 2.
Just a quick run. Just a quick
Damn
run.
it! Be right back.
Yeah. Now all more beers. All the booze. Next question comes from Aldo Brink. How do you see info running missions playing out with the Drake Herald? It sounds awesome, but I don't know how it would work.
okay, tell you what. Depends on what you're running. Let's say you're running with an org and you've gone out to somewhere really far. Like you've gone through a jump point. They've mapped it, so you've come in after them, and no one's ever been where you've been before. And you step out into a place and you've found, let's say, the Artemis, the first colony ship from Earth, and it's like a huge thing. Everyone's been looking for it, and it's like a massive thing. You've got the data for the location of something insane, and you need to get it back to someone who will pay good money for it. That would be the most thrilling thing I can think of in the game, aside from encountering Vandal for the first time or something. Like trying to get that data in your tiny little squishy ship all the way back to someone, making the deal, securing it, getting the currency. I think that would just be incredible.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on, as you said, the data. But I think one of the biggest things that's going to be transferring data. It's not going to really be a player thing, but it'll be an NPC thing. Is things like transferring data for financial reasons, like financial data from one system to another, because everything's digital. Everything so the information won't go ahead of time. And I think there's even in lore a person who would like jump, like take out money from their bank, and then they would get in a ship and they'd try to race the information through the jump points to another part, and then take more money out. So they would essentially like screw over the bank by withdrawing more money than they could report as being taken out.
That's a great idea.
Wow,
Yeah,
damn.
No.
I have those shot glasses.
Yeah.
Don't knock the shot glass.
No, that sounds like it's. I think there's a lot of opportunity for fun with the info running sort of profession, but at the same time, it's a bit of a high risk occupation sometimes, because you might be running with some very, very valuable information. Take, for example, that moment in EVE Online where there was someone killed in a low-level ship with something like 40 plexes fairly recently. And I mean, that's several $100s worth of data right there.
Mm-hmm.
What's a plex?
Bye!
Plex is what they
we
use.
don't put our hands up here. No.
A Plex in EVE is what they use for subscription. If you take the Plex, you can take the Plex and convert it into actual subscription money, so you can actually earn it.
Gotcha. So real world dollar.
It is actual money. Yes.
Yeah, it's
what's
to
it?
try to beat
$8 per.
the farming or something. I think they developed it for, if I'm not correct. I'm actually speaking
are about $28 each, something like that in real money.
Imagine coming across a stray, abandoned Bengal carrier, though.
Yeah.
Or if I ever found that on stream, I would laugh my ass off, because it is literally going to be World War III.
Yeah, it would be World War III.
Or imagine
Oh my God.
you're the first person, you're out on the edge of space, and you discover the first encounter of the Vandal.
Yeah.
man.
Or
like
You
in-
won't be talking
scarier
about it.
if you found that race that I forgot the name of them. They're like the race on the other side of the Jean and the Jean. Yeah. If you're the first person to encounter them, you got shots of it with your Reliant Sen. The Sen passed over the data to you, and you've got to get that images all the way back to UAE space.
Wait, the Sen or the Mako?
Oh, sorry, the Mako. Yeah. The Sen's the researcher.
Alrighty. Next question comes from the JJ 2078. What is the difference between whiskey and whiskey? Whiskey with a Y and then whiskey with an EY. And why should everyone touch the second one?
I'm
not
I
sure.
don't know, but I'm guessing
Both of them are alcoholic.
USAU spelling.
Yes, it's a whiskey. Whiskey is the EY is, I believe, the U.S. spelling, and the whiskey with a Y is the Irish spelling of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So, and JJ, fuck you. American whiskey is amazing. You can go fuck yourself. I mean,
good one. No,
but no,
pull the other one.
no.
American whiskey is amazing. American whiskey is not amazing. American whiskey is swill.
Go fuck yourself.
I must admit, I did have apple pie moonshine, and that's pretty.
As I say, you've not had moonshine, and you haven't had whiskey until you've had actual moonshine. Like moonshine by people who've made moonshine for 15 generations, who came directly from Ireland and have stupendously amazing recipes. Yeah, you haven't had whiskey until you've had.
We've got an imported
with someone who played the banjo for years.
We've got an imported moonshine in a jar, like a mason jar.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting to hear this. Boy, you got a pretty mouth.
Purdy.
You're like a pig.
I mean, and I'm very serious. Is that if you have connections in the Deep South with people who have like been making tons and tons of I've been making this kind of stuff for generations. Some of that whiskey is the best whiskey you will ever have, because it is kind of a recipe that's been passed down that has a lot more. They don't have like a lot of the same conventions. It's all corn whiskey usually. So that's the caveat. Since nobody likes corn whiskey, they only go for what's it
Rye
whiskey. Yeah, just whatever. You can have your shit. I'll stick with my freedom whiskey.
It's interesting, yeah, because we have a cousin over there. I have a cousin there.
This is another announcement for the next question, but it's an announcement. It's there's going to be another pub citizen in Adelaide, ADE.
Yes.
On
I mean,
the
yes.
24th of May. The 24th of May to celebrate Sandy Gardner's birthday in her hometown.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's
Well,
from here. I forgot about that.
Looks like I'm flying down to Adelaide. Otherwise known as
Finally, I
some
swear to
people,
God,
apparently.
like, nothing cool.
Oh, Ferris, you
happens
still
here.
got a ticket you want to give out?
No, it's mine.
Big Benny's TV asks, "Why do you hate me?" We don't hate you, Big Benny's TV. We hate Big Benny's.
We hate your song.
It's because your shit is addictive and you crave it weekly.
That MSG and that
Monocysteine glutamate,
Yeah.
the festive flavor.
the tasty flavor, the fat flavor. Next question comes from Mudfucker, who asks, "Do we think the 2.7 could be a thing or just a brain fart?"
Fart brain, definitely.
I think it could
yeah,
be a
no,
thing,
that's not a thing.
but I think
Didn't
more
Chris
than likely.
outright say?
Did-
I'm pretty sure he outright said 2.7 is now 3.0. We
I know.
renamed it because it's more major.
But the 2.7 mention was recently. It was the first.
2.7 will
caveat.
only have in my mind if we don't have enough content within 4 months to release 3.0.
Yeah.
If we don't see 3.0 by the end of the year, mate, it's going to be all right.
If we don't see 3.0 by the summer, then there's going to be a riot. Like,
What is it that they would likely add in
Midsummer.
2.7? Because
well, yeah.
I mean, they might if they're grabbing
topside
stuff
summer,
from 3.0.
not No, the things like
Summer,
more
that's-
armors, because they have a bunch of weapons they've made.
Right,
like
yeah.
the SMG. There's an SMG they've made. There's a ballistic shotgun they've made. I think there's like a battle rifle they've made with.
There's a couple of things I really want to get. The first one is the Explorer armor. There's
Yeah.
that RSI sort of style spacesuit they showed off, the new one.
There's more spacesuits. There's more clothing. There's more
Being able to
The new-
change
the new
helmets
heavy
too
armor.
would be a huge.
being able to have like an armor chest and like a heavy armor chest and light armor shoulders or like
Taking your
arms
helmet
and
off
stuff
and
like
putting
that.
a different one on would be cool as well.
Yeah, those
But
kind of
I
things.
just really want to
In-
take my
in-
helmet
in-
off. Just put it on next to you while you're flying.
an inventory
Stop
system.
thinking
of
with
some
your
kind.
helmet.
The item 2.0 maybe, because you could probably easily have item 2.0 in the game without having 3.0 out, kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
I think if we saw
Think-
2.7, it would be the stuff that's ready for 3.0 that can be put into a 2.0 patch right away. That
Some more clothes would be nice too. What we've got at the moment, it's either like one end of the spectrum or the other. Like you're either wearing like super posh clothing from Terra, or you're wearing like super shady anti-UE kind of stuff. I'd just like to see some normal clothes.
Like
I don't
work
know,
clothes?
a t-shirt.
yeah,
A
Hawaiian
t-shirt would be
shirts.
nice.
yeah, Hawaiian
Oh,
shirt,
God.
a tie, and a
Budgie
vest,
smugglers, pair of thongs. It's essential stuff.
And
I would
flip-flops.
love to
Don't forget
see
them.
some Star Citizen thongs. That would be fantastic.
And
Pair of thongs, a
flip-flops.
singlet, and some budgie
All right,
smugglers.
so
Australian
let's-
version of thongs.
As I was going to say, let's clarify.
Or-
Australian
why
version of
not both?
thongs, though I'm sure there are citizens who wouldn't mind seeing those kind of thongs too in game, aka underscore.
A Jean
Actually,
and
that's one thing I'm really looking forward to in Item 2.0 is no more naked underscore, just EVA into your shit.
Yeah, no more EVA, no more naked EVA underscore. Oh god.
Oh, one thing I noticed because I was looking through the particle effects, but I did also see it in game was there's different types of zero G now. That you've got steam and you've got energy, so that's pretty cool.
Zero types
Dude,
of zero
Atherton,
G.
seriously, that busted plugger
Seriously?
is... Fix that damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go and get a bread tab.
See?
All right. Next question comes from 2010. He asks, "What do you guys think of food and water in game? Should they be essential? If so, if yes, how far should CIG go?"
This is
Not
something
far,
that
but
I've really
yes.
thought about a lot recently because it's been mentioned in 2 separate interviews. One of them was that they were saying that if you were stranded on a planet, you'd need food and water eventually. And another one was very similar reference to it. which is very surprising to me because previously they have said that food, water, restrooms, etc., they were purely there for roleplay purposes. Whereas now they seem to be going back on that and saying that it's actually required.
No, what they did say was
I
that
actually don't mind that. Like,
Yeah,
having
I like
played
the idea.
Fallout a lot. There's a lot of talk about that survival mode, and in Star Citizen, air, oxygen, that is a very important part, and that's a consumable, survivable. Why shouldn't water and food be as well?
well,
So
I think it's a balance mode as well, because if you require people to have water and food in their ships to be able to survive, that means like the you're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be reachable. So something like the whole D is not going to be able to go very long distances, because even though you can haul a billion tons of space potatoes to some place, you can't actually access those space potatoes and grab a bite because they're outside your ship.
Sure, you can. You just EVA out and
And then you grab it and then bring it back in.
grab a handful.
basically,
Just
we
feed
become
it
a
through the
survival
helmet, yeah,
game.
just jam it up under there. I think people are scared that it's going to end up like space rust, like micromanaging, all your food and water. People are shooting on sight because, they need supplies and stuff. I think if you're in a ship, you should be fine. You're good to go. But if you wind up on a planet, there should be a condition activated where, similar to not having oxygen, you not a meter going down, maybe just like some sort of effect, like warning your food is low, like kind of pops up down the corner in your helmet because you've got hood monitoring systems.
No,
Once
I
you
mean,
crash into
Again, make it like you should be able to spend like 2-3 hours before you need to eat or something. So if you really are stuck in the middle of nowhere,
the way that they described it is essentially it's a survival element when you crash. So if your ship is gone and you have no way to get out, then the game will activate some sort of mode where it says you're stuck in on this planet and you'll need to find food and water in order to survive until someone can rescue you.
Yeah, so sort of like the survival switch. That makes sense.
Now, the one big thing that I would say is that Take on Mars does this very well. Is that Take on Mars has a 1-to-1 value of like 1 hour, 1 minute is 1 minute, 1 minute in games, 1 minute in the universe, in the actual life, and they also have accelerated values. But I don't want this to be a DayZ simulator where you have to be like you walk 15 minutes and then you have to stop and eat. You get a drink, or I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, I'm hungry all the fucking time. It would behoove the game to be much more light in that kind of way. Like, I've been on this planet for 3 days, I should probably eat and drink, or like I've been on this planet a day in game, which would be like 6 hours. I need to drink. I need to find some sort of water source. So something that's like, hey, if I'm going to get rescued, if I'm like, I crashed, Ferris will come pick me up. Provided he doesn't crash into the planet when he comes to pick me up.
I promised absolutely nothing on that one. You can hit me up? Sure. If I make it there, I will pick you up.
Yeah. So, but I mean, if I know someone's going to pick me up, I shouldn't have to worry about survival. If I crash land on a planet and I have absolutely no idea where I am or have anybody who can pick me up, then I should start have to worrying about survival. Because I mean, the one thing that would do is it would actually kick in. A lot of people would just be like, hey, I'm just going to crash on a planet and be here. I'm going to be Robinson Crusoe in space for as long as I can. So while it sounds cool, I also don't want it to be, because it seems like feature creep. And it's
clarification. I would like to make coconut grenades.
Coconut grenades.
You said Robinson Crusoe. Just sign me up.
Yeah.
I think the real question is, how would they interact with the rescue mechanic? Like if that's the case.
Well,
so
if there's a ship, you can already
the rescue mechanic, of course.
Because what it does is that if your ship is disabled, you can also do it in space. If your ship is disabled in space and you have no power but you survived, let's say if you ejected, you got to get rescued in a certain amount of time before you die or run out of.
That's pretty much what I mean. It's a very good reason why having that mechanic, is handy.
But in that case, you would actually die because you run out of oxygen faster than you'd die if you ran out of water or food. But it's the same concept holds for that. The biggest issue is I don't want them spending months on building a light survival mechanic when it doesn't need to be in the game right away. It's just one of those things.
I think it really opens up so many other things. Like, I mean, just surviving on a planet is there's a lot of games that's their entire deal. I mean, it's it just really
we
expands on what
mentioned
you
a lot
do.
of that. Arc,
Yeah.
Rust.
7 days
But-
to die.
7 days to die.
I think it's important not to go over the top with it. I mean, when Chris mentioned, he said like, if you're stranded on a planet, you have to hunt to survive. I was like, uh-oh, this sounds like going out, taking out an animal, gutting it, making a shelter, making food. And I was like, that seems like it might be taking it too far. I guess foraging could be a good way to do it. But yeah, as long as they don't go over the top with skinning animals and making like you spend a day out on the planet, next thing you know you've got like a full first skin outfit and you're back to caveman status.
Yeah. Now it's
I've
rock
seen this
citizen.
film.
Yeah.
I've seen this film. It's called Enemy Mine.
Oh God. Yeah.
Crash on a planet with a vandal, become best of friends.
I like that movie.
Yeah, me too.
You know they're remaking it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're remaking it because Enemy Mine came out in like what, the 80s?
84.
Yeah. So, but
Wolfgang Peterson, I think it was.
That and the Last Starfighter. They're the two.
Never touch The Last Starfighter. Never touch Forbidden Planet. Ever.
Yeah. No, what I mean is they're the two awesome films from back then.
Yeah. Last Starfighter was classics.
Ahead of its time.
But the thing is that these would be kind of good ideas. I think what they're trying to do, it's really what this is they're reaching. They've got so much stuff planet side. They're like, what the fuck can we do planet side? Because right now we have nothing because we weren't planning on having planet side stuff. So what can we do to add more gameplay elements to planet side? So they're like, okay, well, homesteads. Number one, being able to build bases on planets. That's a cool idea. And then now they're saying survival on planets. Because people have been talking about how they want to have missions where you go off on a hunting expedition to a planet where you have to go hunt down like a rare species for science or for some rich, douchebag in Terra who wants to have another.
Kill 10 of them and bring back the pelts.
Yeah, yeah. God damn.
Only about 1 in 7 have pelts.
Yeah.
They're all bad pelts.
I am triggered as fuck right now. Thank you guys. Fucking Star Wow. God damn it. But something people have been asking for that kind of a while. So they're just pushing that to the next degree where they're saying, hey, now we need
emergent gameplay. I think.
But I don't
CIG's big on it.
I don't think that needs.
Otherwise,
to
no mission.
I don't think it needs to be in the game that early. I think it would be one of those things.
Shouldn't be a priority.
Yeah,
no, shouldn't be a priority at all.
I do enjoy that style, but either having the core gameplay there first would be.
Yeah, I'd like to actually start with stuff to do. No offense, but I mean I've tried playing Star Citizen a fair bit lately. The most fun I've had has been showing friends around the Staff area. Just trying stuff out for the first time. But it's kind of you log in, and I'm not sure exactly what to do. Aside from, I'm not a big fan of combat because shitty Australian ping, and I'm terrible at it. So it's just kind of sitting there. You could do Covalex, but once you've done Covalex 20 times, it's just I want some non-combat stuff to do.
I played a bit of Star Marine with Fire Spikes a little while ago, and the ping was crazy. Like,
I killed Paul a few times though, so
yeah, I've been killed.
I too have shot Paul a number of times.
Yes.
Back when ArcCorp first came out, I was hanging around. I think the Freelancer that you had to glitch to.
Yeah.
Because that's the only place with heavy armor. Like there was a guy just standing there going, turning. I spent a few hours crouched looking at him from different, directions.
To get the full like the whole details and stuff like that.
Far too long.
Now, next question comes from Saint Tossin, or St. Tossin. He asks, what's the revealed plan for ship docking at stations or with each other? There's 3 things that I remember. There's the actual hangars you can fly into at stations, which do exist. There's the pads you can land at, and then the third one for ships docking is now each ship has a universal docking port on them. All of
Hasn't
them.
that been clear?
It's not a universal.
It's the RSI docking point.
RSI docking point is not a universal, and we cannot guarantee that all different brands will dock together.
Yeah,
as it's kind of
make
like
help.
Not so the
DVD
Dragonfly
burning.
Why can't the Dragonfly dock to the Connie? I'm upset by that. I should be able to exit through my Dragonfly's airlock, you know?
Yeah. No,
Space Hulk confirmed.
no, but I mean,
Discrimination.
I thought they were having problems with the docking.
they have.
For the
I think
canvas.
the docking that they originally were planning is now not going to happen because the idea was that you'd have.
Because it was rated R18 plus.
Yeah, exactly. No, the docking issues that they're having is that how do you dock two ships together with different airlocks? So I think one of the things that they're planning on doing is adding, because if you look at it, all of the airlocks in the Caterpillar, in the Freelancer, in the Constellation, in the Aurora, all of them except for say the Mustang lines and the ships that don't have airlocks, all have the same circular docking port somewhere on their ships, like an EVA port. So I think what they're doing is they're essentially standardizing the docking sections to allow you to like be able to dock with two ships together with airlocks.
You would totally see that with some of the big manufacturers, but maybe having a gadget that pops out of the collar that will allow you to non-standard sized docking collars.
An umbilical like the Lewis and Clark in the Event Horizon.
Like that. Or
the one thing that scares me is, I mean, if you sprint against the wall of a Connie, you're going to find yourself on the other side of the universe pretty quickly. I'm scared of the thought of walking through a tiny little docking port between two different, what do you call it, physics grids. Just spells disaster for me.
Oh,
No, you've got this.
I can see myself getting
fine.
propelled.
But yeah, the big way.
And that's how I got my bionic arm.
The big way of how they're going to do it is they're not going to have. You're going to have to EVA. Most of the cases, if you're going to go between ship to ship, you're going to have to EVA between ship to ship. It's just that's what's going to happen. Because it works. It's already in game. There is no problems with it right now. Your docking doesn't make a lot of sense.
Getting into a Mustang shudders. I shudder at the thought.
Getting into a Mustang, god damn, even the Mustang has that circular hatch with the at the bottom of it. It's kind of a circular hatch, so yeah, who knows? But no, right now the docking that they've officially said is nothing. They really have no plans in docking. They want to do it, but they what they were going to do isn't going to work. So we don't know what's actually going to happen. But as I said, most of the ships, if not all of the ships, have a standard circular docking port somewhere on them. So,
Space Hulk confirmed.
It's a shame they took it off the bottom of the Cutlass. I remember Fiendish Feather did an animation. I forgot the name of it. Ace of Spades, I think it was, where a Cutlass lands on top of a Connie that's disabled, and they throw a grenade down the hatch and all blown through.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool because they meant the captain and all the crew members didn't instantly die because there was a hole in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That
really,
was
really
recently, wasn't it?
the force propulsion grenades.
Nah, this is an old one.
Force propulsion grenades. Yeah, it's actually have propulsion grenades.
Or more.
Yep.
Yes. Oh no, hang on. I don't have the GIF on me. I started just the other day. I started working with AI in CryEngine, so actually, characters actually moving on their own and stuff. It was super cool because when an AI character dies, they ragdoll. So I started working with force propulsion grenades and launching an AI against a wall, and it looks so cool. Actually, I'll see if I can get you guys a GIF because I don't know. I like this one.
So George asks, how often does Athogen get mistaken for Donk from Crocodile Dundee 2?
I've already posted the link. I just said
good answer.
I got front teeth. I'm sorry.
Next question comes from Alper Kavliki. I can't say the whole thing. It says, "Hey, cheers. What do you think about the next concept sale? When? What price? Best regards." I don't think we're going to see a concept sale until at least 3.0. Would be my guess. The
I don't think they're working on Shale at the moment at all. Actually,
Shale, no shales. Sales though.
Honestly, without the alcohol, I really don't give a shit about concept.
I think the community is concepted out at this point, and
yep, we're done.
I think
after the Polaris. I mean, I love the trailer.
But the concept sales. A lot of people have said, and I think the community has been very, very, very signal-mindedly on this, which is unusual for the community, which is We want to see ships that you've been talking about, but we also want to see content. So give us content, then give us sales. However, if we're going to see another concept sales in the near future, there's been a couple of things that have been seen or whispered about, like the Origins 600 series.
Not whispered about, confirmed at this point.
They haven't.
Honestly, I think the 600 series is confirmed.
And then the Anvil.
Unless it was scrapped.
The Anvil Hurricane.
Which was
I haven't
accidentally
heard of
confirmed.
any of these things.
Really?
These were
Yeah.
leaks.
I've been slightly out of the loop.
These were leaks that only the hardest of the hardcore Star Citizen fans probably have caught up on.
It was written on the whiteboard in ATV.
They were literally written on a whiteboard in ATV, and that's how they got
That was it.
Enhance.
No, Farasol, I am right there with you, mate.
Enhanced.
Whiteboard, sticky notes. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is a 100% confirmed."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there's also an Anvil space bike, like a competitor to the Dragonfly.
Okay, I can dig that. I can.
That they've
seriously,
talked
like,
about
having-
possibly, or some kind of competitor to the Dragonfly. So there's a lot of stuff that they've been talking about or bandying about, but we have no idea when they were or will be, and we don't know if they will because the community has been fairly
Salty?
Yeah, but I'd say fairly
see,
salty. I mean,
I'm
fairly
50-50.
salty to the point of beyond fair salt levels of salty in terms of the
One side of me is like, I'm done. Give us some stuff to play with. Let's get on with it. The other half of me is like, I really want a Drake capital ship. Like, God, give me one right now.
I'm
Dude,
actually
you-
pretty
technical
cruisy.
beat?
Like, I'm not hanging on to every little tidbit, but I'm pretty.
I try
patient.
not to, but it's hard.
There be
an
dragons
addiction.
if you go in. Yeah, like
Is it?
so many people have just gone in 110% and then gone ah.
I mean,
that's the problem with
I
a lot of us
just,
have, is that it's hard.
yeah,
Sorry.
we want it. We want the stuff. We want 3.0. Which
yeah.
that's it. I think that's what it boils down to. We want stuff.
Well, I mean, I think the reason why the concept sales have been so negatively responded to is that you have CIG comes out and says, yeah, we're making this new ship, and here's a concept for it that we can take your money for it right now, but that ship that we promised at the beginning of the Kickstarter campaign, we still haven't even gotten into the hangar and whatever.
Exactly.
And
Redeemer.
And then after that, it's like, oh, and then we also are still working on basic features which we promised at the Kickstarter campaign, which we still haven't seen. But go ahead and pay for this $150 ship right now, because it's
See,
cool,
I
and
know-
it may get released at some point in the next 3 years.
150. 100.
Yeah,
Like, I know the Dragonfly is tiny. The Vanguard Hoplite was needed for Squadron 42. Sometimes there's reasons, but the fact we haven't got like some of the ships that were expected, like I think the Endeavor, the Redeemer. I mean, there's a whole bunch. You could list them.
yeah, no,
and the variants and stuff.
Redeemer wasn't in the Kickstarter. I was just using it as an
Yeah, it's
ships.
from
There-
Four Horsemen.
But there are ships that are from 2013 and 2014 that they had announced that this still haven't been reached yet.
Did
Like
everyone
the
see
Redeemer.
that picture of the Redeemer? And it's got like the what do you call it? The rover stuck on the back of it, like
Yeah,
like
the-
a vehicle
the-
dropship,
the
like
vehicle
a
dropship.
like a warthog from Halo and a Pelican.
Yeah, Bandit Merchantman's
so
another
cool.
example, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to
exactly.
to a lot of that stuff. But the problem is that because we don't have them yet, So again, I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but we don't know. We could be one of those three, and I think the community and specifically myself hopes that we won't have another concept sale until 3.0 drops, because it may suck for CIG in the meantime, but they will not make as much money if they release a concept sale between now and 3.0 than they would if they released it at 3.0. Because
I think the Racer was the salt in the wound. To be honest,
Yeah.
it's not a very good ship. I mean, it's a cool looking ship. Sorry, I think you're doing an animation on it, and yours is going to be mint. But
Fuck it, I'm over it.
it's
Table flip.
seriously. If anyone hasn't seen
piece
some of those,
fucking just to throw together.
if anyone hasn't seen the real life pictures that Af
Aphogens,
put together, like
yeah.
the modified ones, my God,
which got
cool.
confused for were confused for actual CIG
Yeah.
pictures that Reddit got really super salty about and downvoted. It's like, where did these come from? Oh, they're not really CIG. Well, I don't give a fuck then. Fuck this guy who's
Exactly.
making this. It's like, well, thank you, Reddit. Go jerk yourself off again. You know.
Yeah, give me some
Yeah,
gingerbread.
Reddit's been shitty lately. I mean, it's always shitty, but it's worse than usual. They're getting salty. What was I saying? Yeah, no, the racer. They were showing a bit of a segment on the ATV, and it kind of felt like it was half-assed. Like the guy just didn't he put it together in Google SketchUp or something?
It looks like he's ripped the wheels off an F1 and threw a couple of wings back on it. That's all.
Yeah, it wasn't that great, and so
Farasol is back. Shh. We did. Hi, Farasol.
Cheers.
hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
My old friend. Sorry, I had to get more beer.
Alrighty.
That's
This
good
stream went
enough
on for too
excuse.
long. I ran out of beer. It's a problem.
Yeah, well, actually, we're 5 minutes over, which is nice because we've actually
Sweet.
been less in the last couple of tables. So we actually got something here. This is the last question, which is from Athogen. Can someone do a pub run? I'm almost out of alcohol. The answer is no, because we're done. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. I suggest that you follow all of these wonderful content creators, check their stuff out, and I want to thank them all for coming on. And remember, we have 2 Pub Citizens. We have the Pub Citizen in Sydney, which is on the 18th, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, 18th of February.
18th of February. And one on the 24th of May in a town I can't pronounce. Adelaide.
In Adelaide, yeah.
So
Please
Visit us.
We've also
Adelaide.
had an initial chat about having a Canberra-based one soonish, but we haven't worked out the time yet.
So if you're an Australian citizen and you want to
Come
find
to Adelaide, please.
and you
We're
want
dying
to
over here.
find a local Star Citizen fans, check your local Pub Citizens. So definitely go do that for sure.
Just an update on the
SC.
yes, just an update on the Canberra Bar Citizen. It's been cancelled because no one even likes fucking Canberra.
No, they don't like the
It's the
polys.
national capital. It is the national capital. No one goes there.
You think anyone in Tasmania has ever heard of Star Citizen? Do they even have internet
what?
down there?
Do they have
who?
food down in Tasmania and water and electricity?
Van Diemen's
Well, I don't know about
Land.
electricity. Food and water they're working on.
All right,
It's a
guys.
work in progress.
From everyone else here, I hope you guys have a good time, and we'll hope to see you soon. But if you don't, we hope to see you someday in the black. Have a good night, guys, and
See you
stay
all.
safe.
Stay
Later.
awesome, Chad. You're awesome.